Welcome to Waco, Texas, home of the Baylor Bears and McLean Stadium. Folks lining the brasses as the Baylor line is ready to welcome the Bears onto the field. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see, the number 6 team in the country, the Florida Gators, taking on a team from the Big 12, the Baylor Bears. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Bears will kick it away to start us off. And he's going to bring it out. He stopped at the 23, a couple of yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. Here comes the offense on first down. And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll give it to the back. Stumbled to the ground.
At the 31-yard line. Second down coming up.
Went to the running game on first down, now second down. Rides to the back. And the Gators get enough for the first down.
This guy's got a lot of tools in his toolbox toting the rock, man. He showed you right there. And when I think back to Florida running backs, Emmitt Smith, all-time great. But a guy I played with in Gainesville, Fred Taylor. He was so big, but so fast for a guy his size. He just caused so many problems for the defenses we faced. And I think in the SEC today, you have got to be able to run the football if you're going to win games. And this guy right here, he's going to give the Gators a chance.
Looking to move it through the air. He's going for it all. And he's got it inside the 20. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
I love it. The offense being aggressive. They're taking a shot. Good job by the QB getting a lot of air under that ball. And how about the receiver and his ability to track it?
The Gators have it with a first and goal. They're going to run it. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Florida!
What an exciting way to start this season. This offense had a plan. They knew who they wanted to be, but you had to come out and execute it. And that was a beautiful first drive, creating some momentum, not only for this offense, but for this squad to start the season.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. First down here for the offense. The give to the back. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. These two conferences have been tied together for years through the Sugar Bowl, a little testiness with the whole Texas-Oklahoma thing, and now the rivalry on the field between the Big 12 and the SEC.
Yeah, and conference realignments played a big factor, too, between these two conferences. Think back to when Texas A&M and Missouri joined the SEC. So this is always a fun one to watch, David. Wide open offense from the Big 12, and then you get the physicality and the speed from the SEC.
I think you nailed it right there. Two totally different worlds. They live in different worlds all the time. One is pitchy, woo-woo, throw it around all over the yard. The other one, physicality.
Can anyone catch him? And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
It's amazing in college football, the tight end position and how much has changed. Back in the day, you're a blocking guy. Maybe you catch a flat route. Today, these guys have athleticism, and you just saw it from that dude after the catch on that last one.
It's one thing to get that huge play. Now you got to cash it in with 6. 1st and 10 from the 24. He's looking to throw it. Finds a soft spot in the middle. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the 1st down.
Yeah, and I tell you what, when you stick these fast suckers in the slot, they don't have to be big. But you get those guys that are so quick in the slot, they can get great matchups, and I can get the ball to them quick because they're such dynamic playmakers.
The Bears come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. From the gun, the running back has it. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You see all this movement in football now, all the stemming, the defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this running back.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. He's looking to throw. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Okay. 2nd down coming up. He's looking to throw. This time on target. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding, I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the 1st down.
This is a 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Give him 6. Touchdown, Baylor! Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. Smashes it through for the PAT. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish it up with a 15-yard scoring toss. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. And he's going to try to return this one. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really.
He's going to fire deep. And he reels it in inside the 30. He was off to the races and maybe another step or two and he would have scored, but they get him at the 21-yard line.
For the offense.
This offense has to be feeling it after that last one, and they'll snap it 1st and 10 just outside the 20. Here's the handoff. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, and that fires you up as a defense. That gives you some extra juice. When you come in there and knock the living fire out of someone, everybody on the defense gets jacked up.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They feed him again. Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he's going to score. Touchdown, Gators!
Number 0 with the carry.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead.
Extra point.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Kentucky needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there in Lexington behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Indiana. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Feeling some heat. And the quarterback is snowed under. You see a Gator bringing the heat like that, you think about Derek Harvey, who was the MVP of the national championship game in '06.
And Alex Brown and Javon Curse, they had a long list of guys that could really make the quarterback's life difficult. You got to put pressure on the quarterback. You got to affect him. Really nice job on this play.
Looking to pass on 2nd down. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Tips, deflections, those are such good things for defense. A lot of times they lead to interceptions and big plays. Just try to get any kind of disruption you can.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And the Bears line up to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Paul.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Power football with the run. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big gain now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Florida 14, Baylor 7.
Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. To the ground with the back. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
I think you run that play on 2nd down knowing it's going to make 3rd down easy. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know 3rd down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
Let's see if the defense comes after them. 3rd and short from the 45. Goes to the option. Now the pitch. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
The Gators have their offense in high gear. They run the reverse. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wide receiver shows motion. The quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Going to try to get it himself.
This is why 3rd down is so difficult for quarterbacks, because the defense substitutes, they put faster guys on the field, and they've got all of their different exotic looks they've been game planning all week for, some things you haven't seen on film yet, and it confuses your offensive line, it confuses you, and you're out here just trying to make plays, trying to do something right to get a 1st down. Wasn't able to gain a lot there.
And the Gators will call on their punt team. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. it back, and here comes the Bear offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
He just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Fires to the tight end. Got room at the 35. Off he goes. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They just dialed up one big play. Let's see if they've got another one on 1st and 10 from the 35. They'll go to the ground. Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line.
Now that's what you try to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Quarterback will audible. On 2nd down, he'll fire. Throws to the tight end. And that pass intercepted. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28.
A big part about playing the quarterback position is turning the page, playing the next play, not letting bad plays beat you. And that's his first career interception in college football, so that's going to sting. But now you've got to get back out there and lead your team.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
And there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football. Make your plays. Put a good drive together here.
Six-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 4. The give to the back. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one. He's now up to 52 yards rushing already here in the first half. It's a season opener, but he's in midseason form. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quick completion to the right. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on 1st down, setting up an easier 2nd down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on 2nd down.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And that defender was just smothering the quarterback on that screen attempt. You know, the QB's taught to hold on to it to the last possible second. He had no shot trying to negotiate that defender.
Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. To the ground to try to pick up the first. The Gators are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks.
Yeah, a nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed 1 yard, and they picked up 2.
Yeah, great job up front. Great job by the back knowing where they need to go. Nice having a hole you can get through and not have to just do it all on your own as a running back.
The Gators are on the move. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Keeps it going. And the defense is there. He got away for a second, but not for long as they knock him down for a loss. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. After the big first down sack, it's second down. He's looking to throw. Going deep. Reels it in and goes out of bounds on the left side after the huge gain. Touchdown, Florida! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Louisiana is ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Jake Delhomme and Brian Mitchell, this has not been a blowout today in Lafayette. They're up by a field goal over Air Force. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity to create some momentum, cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the third quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And that is your job. The O-line has to protect their quarterback. That's the most important position on the field. You got to make sure you keep him upright. You got to do a better job.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. The Bears will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Just needs a crack to get a return. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Line gets set, first down. He's gonna pass. Coming after him. And they got him. He'll get him down for the sack.
This defense needed something to go right. Man, they're down big already in the first half. Get to the quarterback, get him on the ground. This could start some momentum going back the other direction.
He'll pull it on the read. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Gators will kick it off to start the second half. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
And you got to wonder if this offense is going to go for it here. They're trailing now by a lot. I know there's a lot of football still to go, and I know they're on their own end of the field, but just kind of get the feeling their defense hasn't gotten a ton of stops. They may need to stay out there, and they're going to need this quarterback to make a play.
And the Bears will punt it away on 4th down. He gets a block. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They'll leave it with him. He's out of bounds after a really nice game, but there is a marker on the field. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense set on 1st down. The give to the left. At the 45, on his way. And he's brought down after a nice game.
I love when players understand situations, and they understand where the 1st down marker is, and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that 1st down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. On the move. Quick spin on the run. What a good run there. He has enough for the 1st down.
I'm not sure what the quarterback saw on that one, but that was a very quick decision to take off and run with it to try to get his offense some positive yards.
The Gators will snap it on 1st and 10. Trying to surprise him with the pass. The freshman able to get home with the sack. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
The give to the tailback. Makes the tackle at the 31. It's a pickup of 5 on the play.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Little touch pass to the receiver. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead and all around the outside.
They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Wants to fire on second down. Using the quick game. That's a live ball. Oh, the offense very fortunate to fall on that football.
Man, and this is why you practice 5 points of pressure with the football. You cannot put the ball on the ground. Doesn't matter how many defenders are around you or how hard you get hit. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win games.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. In the gun, looking to throw on third down. And the pass hits, picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense.
I'll tell you, you got to give the defense credit, though, because with these conditions, it's not easy to catch for the offensive players. Certainly not for the defense, but great eye-hand coordination securing that interception.
The give out of the gun. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. You just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They give it to him again. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one.
And that's the benefit to the run game. Keep pounding, keep pounding. Now you break one all the way down to the 2-yard.
And don't stop it. Get down, get lined up quick, and give it to this dude again to go score a TD.
The Gators will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Gator! And the stomping has commenced.
And it's been more of the same in the second half for this offense, doing whatever they wanted. What a start to the season, man. This is exactly what you draw up. Everything they drew up in the offseason has worked in game one, and that's why they are dominating this football game.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Minnesota is ahead right now in Minneapolis, but that's not exactly Bronco Nagurski out there controlling the game. This one is a long way from being over. They're up by 10 over the Coyotes. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
First down here for the offense. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open in. Nice job between those two.
After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. They'll run the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
Well, this offense will screen you in a variety of ways. They'll throw receiver screens, tight end screens. The running back screen also a big part of what they like to do, like you just saw there.
Here on third down for this offense. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on third down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on fourth down, trailing by double figures. Pocket starts to collapse. Gets drilled as he releases it, and the ball just trickles to the ground.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller, too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on second and 4. Leaves it with the running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, this guy's been eating them alive all game long. Finally, though, David, you wonder if the defense has been able to make some adjustments, find something positive to help slow this guy down.
Hey, baby steps, right? That's a tackle for a loss. I know he's got over a hundo on the game, but this defense is definitely going to have to be more aggressive, commit more guys to stopping that bad man.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Inside the 30. A big, explosive play by this offense, and if you want to control the fourth quarter, might as well go in with momentum like that.
Florida, 31, Baylor, 7.
First down to start the drive after the break. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. They'll try to overcome that last play on 2nd and 15. He's looking to throw. Quick strike complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Our coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Gets it out fast. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ball game, keep trusting him, keep spinning. You know why? Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking it, keep getting those stats.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. Touchdown, Florida! And the beatdown has ensued.
And I just love what I'm seeing from this team. Like, going on the road, game 1, where you're still figuring out who you are and what you do well. Another scoring drive by this offense. Looks like they're going to get the dub in a hostile environment to start the season.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. So that drive didn't have to cover a lot of ground, going 47 yards. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Starting this drive like that is exactly what they had hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. Wide out in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. They'll decline that penalty. Obviously very happy with the results of the play. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On 2nd down, looking again to throw. And the timing just a hair off.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback and this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. On the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. And it's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been on par. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passed, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Paul. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Leaves it with the back. Blast his way ahead, but not much room. A pickup of 1 to the 24. Ball's at the 24, a lot of confidence in their kicker from here, but they'd love to take it off of his foot and convert the first down. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the dub.
And the Gators come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Tough running this deep in the red zone. He's got 4 down to the 11.
Second down coming up.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Back to the ground with the running back. Touchdown, Gator! And the route is on.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Georgia Tech ran roughshod over the competition today en route to a double-digit victory. And they looked clean doing it. And I don't just mean in those gorgeous gold unis. This team is a buttoned-up group. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way. But I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
The expressway is wide open. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and, you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's just, it's so hard to defend.
first down now on second. Fast motion from the offense. They'll run the counter. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking to the big tight end. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
After misfiring, it's second down. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. They'll go back to the air on second down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like, they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
A third and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires it down the seam. It's complete. A huge pickup.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in that. And they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
Out of the gun, looking to throw. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. He's back to throw on second down. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
It's still third and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. He wants it all. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. They get him on the ground after the turnover, but there is a flag on the field, and we'll see if that will be a reprieve for this offense. Looking for a productive play on first down. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be second and 3.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. And they take a knee on fourth down, having inflicted enough damage, and that ought to do it. Lining up to convert third down. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.
Well, Jesse, it's easy to look good on the field when you look that good in your unit. Like when you look that good coming off the bus. Those dudes are good. This is a great team, and they proved it. Just domination from start to finish.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation.